to TMZ Live. Somebody's pants are on fire. And we know that because if you have seen the Bachelorette, if you've seen promos for the upcoming one, which begins Sunday, or if you have seen Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, you know about Taylor.
Frankie Paul. She is the new Bachelorette, which starts on Sunday.
And you may know about Dakota, who is her baby daddy. Things have gotten so insane. The reality show, the Mormon show, is now on ice, and the two of them have to do a psych evaluation because of the craziness in their world. And it is now having an impact on the Bachelorette.
Craziness in their world that also involves their son, their very young son, and that's why law enforcement has now gotten involved because both of them, one thing we know for sure, they got into at least one and maybe two physical fights.
There have been more.
But there are recently. And there are different versions depending on which of them you're talking
So let's lay this out. So we got on the phone yesterday and we spoke to people in Taylor's world. And what we were told was that, you know, there's always been a rocky relationship between her and Dakota.
Which has been, much of which has been well documented on Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Right. 3 weeks ago, they say, they were in a car, a drink spilled, he got angry, attacked her. He called the police, and he said she attacked him. And the reason that they stopped filming the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives is because Dakota's an important part of the show, and he went MIA for 3 weeks.
Yeah, we should say the whole show shut down, not just scenes with Taylor and Dakota. They stopped shooting the entire season, the middle of season 5.
Seemed weird to us. And then we got information from Dakota's side about what they say happened. First of all, the thing in the car, turns out that wasn't 3 weeks ago. It was more than a year ago.
Yeah, we spoke to sources close to his side, and they basically explained this was all around, like, season 2. I mean, as, like you said, if you watch the show, we are constantly seeing the lumps and bumps of Dakota and Taylor's relationship, even body cam footage from earlier seasons.
So let's get into what Dakota's side is saying actually happened here.
Just 3 weeks ago, right?
So yeah, just 3 weeks ago, we learned that they had back-to-back nights of fighting. The first night, they were together with their son, Ever, some family time, you know. They got into a fight, and things turned physical. So she was allegedly choking him, ripped a necklace off his neck. They made up, she apologized, but then the next day, they went at it again. And during that fight, Taylor allegedly threw his phone against a wall and even scratched his throat.
So somebody, one of his friends the next day saw the scratches, called the police, and we should say he has repeatedly called the Department of Children and Family Services saying that she has abused their child. She denies it. But it seems this is why the show was put on ice, because the other women on the show are concerned about interacting with somebody where they're in the middle of all of this alleged abuse, including allegations of child abuse.
Exactly. It seems like they're almost kind of going on strike a little bit, not wanting to film with Taylor for her own sake. I mean, we're told that they care for Taylor and that they're on her side, as well as Dakota's. They recognize that they're both kind of toxic towards each other, but are kind of going against production, wanting to move forward with cameras.
So the question now becomes, how, with this kind of background, this kind of drama, these allegations, how does she get cast as the Bachelorette?
Because it would seem that it doesn't take a lot of research or deep background check to know this, because, like, as we've said, a lot of this is played out on her other show, on Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. So why in the world would she end up being the new Bachelorette?
So this gets into reality TV.
Yes.
So they have a new batch of producers, honchos over there. And
on The Bachelorette.
On The Bachelorette. Somebody connected to that show told us the way they see it is that this was willful blindness, that there were people on this show, the producers, who wanted Taylor so badly that because they thought that she could bring in a new audience.
Right, she's going to bring in a new audience, and she's also good TV.
Yeah, and so they thought, okay, yeah, we'll just take her. and they didn't really look at what they could have seen in front of them, and there you go. So now they've hired, ABC has hired a crisis manager, knowing...
Well, think about it. They don't know where these investigations are going to go. They don't know if, the day after the Bachelorette premieres, there are going to be some charges against Taylor Frankie.
That's right. That's right, because the police have already been called.
If they did their research and watched the show, they would know that, she has
That's
problems.
not deep research, by the way.
Yeah,
That's not really
super
Watching the
easy.
show, watching the show of the person that you want to be on your show seems like something you would do.
And so they didn't do it.
Check the resume.
And the show's on Sunday night. She was actually on the pre-show on ABC
From the Oscars.
From the Oscars, promoting the Bachelorette on Sunday. And it's so weird because I don't watch the reality show, but when I saw her, let's play that clip.
Taylor, Frankie Paul, how are you feeling tonight at the Oscars?
Oh my gosh, I'm actually speechless.
Seems like you're at the Oscars.
I know. I don't think I realize I'm here, to be honest. I'm like, what is this? Like, what is life? It seems like a dream.
Wait, but you're not only here, you followed the Oscars tonight with a special Bachelorette episode.
That's actually even crazier. I forgot about that too, till today. I was like, oh my gosh, that's really cool.
If you can tease the vibe of your season on The Bachelorette.
Very my vibe. So I'd say very just back and forth, like that. That's what I would say.
She felt manic to me. And when I watched it, I thought, God, that was just boom, 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 boom. I mean, it was just...
That's normal for Taylor. Any Secret Lives of Mormon Wives fans know that especially when it comes up that Taylor or that Dakota is, getting with other women now that they've separated, especially Dakota chooses her closest friends. Taylor absolutely blows up, and the women know that. Everyone in the cast knows that, and the cast says that production knows it too.
They've already threatened to kick her out of Mom Talk,
yes.
which is the women on that show all have this. That's how the show really started,
Exactly.
with a TikTok account.
Now you're doing research.
Man, yeah, I've done my research. I watched season 1.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Sierra from Maryland. I totally get that the show is going to air as planned at this point. I mean, a lot of money and time has been put into it. We're only a couple days out from the premiere. That said, I think this is really a nightmare scenario. I don't think anyone is going to come out looking good here. Taylor, Dakota, ABC. Mostly, I feel bad for the rest of Mom Talk, whose names and brands are getting dragged into this mess. And of course, I feel the worst for Taylor's kids, who are involved in something that they completely didn't sign up for and have eyes on them that they never asked for.
In order of importance, worried about the kid, because you never want to see a small child in the middle of all this, and then also the future of Mom Talk.
Mom Talk. I did not know that was such a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, Ashley Tisdale. Oh, now I know. Now I remember.
Don't cross the streams. Don't cross the streams. No. Chelsea Handler has a real estate bone to pick with the Secretary of Health and Human Services.
And his wife?
And his wife, RFK Jr. and Cheryl Hines, because Chelsea bought their former home. And it sounds like she is not happy with what she got.
She actually bought it 5 years ago, has not spent a night in that house, and is pissed off.
So here's what she had to say about it on her podcast.
I bought RFK Jr.'s house in Los Angeles 5 years ago. I did not know I was buying it from him. It was anonymous. It wasn't anonymous, but his is in a trust. Mine was in a trust. It was all private. I bought his house from him and Cheryl Hines. I still have not lived in this house. That's how up this house was. The idea that this guy is in charge of the health of our country when he didn't even have a proper foundation at his house. When they opened up the house, they were like, this house is the most toxic environment. You cannot live here for at least 2 years. I'm not exaggerating. It was a disaster. And I didn't know it going in because everything was, under wraps.
I have tons of questions here.
Where was their inspector?
That's who her beef is with, right? The beef is with the inspector.
Hold on.
You buy the house from the owner.
Two things. Yes, you got to wonder about the inspector. And if there was something that an inspector could reasonably find, she has an absolute case against the inspector if that wasn't flagged. But it sounds like she's saying when they took it apart for some reason. So if it's not something the inspector could have easily found, but something happened where they had to expose the foundation and then they found out about that, if RFK Jr. and Cheryl Hines knew about this and didn't disclose it, there's a case against them.
Yeah, big problem. Although, if you have to take apart the whole house, it's a house from like 1937 to discover these issues.
So
I would say they probably didn't know that the foundation was messed up. So I understand her beef. They just are going in on him on this podcast. They go in on him working out in jeans.
He's clearly not a fan of his anyway.
But what I don't understand is, she said that they've been dealing with this for 5 years. Why can't they fix it?
That's what I understand. If the foundation,
that's rich coming from you.
No.
Who couldn't get a new water heater for like a month and a half?
2.5 weeks.
Harvey Foundation issues
more than
are
2.5 weeks, and that was ridiculous.
No, and it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But
why couldn't you? I kept saying, why don't you just get a new water heater?
It's a whole story. We did, but it's a whole story.
I'm glad you have hot showers now. If this is the foundation and a 1937 house is sitting on top of it, and you want to preserve the structure. It's very hard.
I understand that, and I don't know what they knew or didn't know. But it may be that she just doesn't have any case, because if the inspector couldn't find it reasonably,
they didn't know.
And if they didn't know, she's kind of out of luck.
She got content for her podcast. It all worked.
That pays for the renos.
Coming up, Jordan Sparks, season 6 winner of American Idol, is sort of rubbing it in Kelly Clarkson's face.
Or she's trying to support Kelly Clarkson. I'm not sure which.
I got my car.
Be right back. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you.
And to you, too.
Yeah, look, a nice shade of green.
Nice shade of green.
I haven't seen that since last St. Patrick's Day, I think.
Or Thursday.
Anyway, Jordan Sparks, season 6 winner of American Idol, is sort of rubbing it in Kelly Clarkson's face.
Or she's trying to support Kelly Clarkson. I'm not sure which.
Well, let's see how this goes. You know that Kelly Clarkson had complained last week on her show that when she won American Idol, season 1, she did not get the Ford car that she said she was promised. So here's what Jordan Sparks had to say about her big victory.
I'm wondering, Jordan Sparks, did you secure the bag?
I got my car. And look, I wasn't a part of season 1, but the first season of anything is
it's a
lot
crazy.
happening.
Oh, it's a little janky.
It's a little crazy. It was just busy.
Yeah.
I give her one now. Somebody send her a Ford. That is a Mustang.
Oh, that's right. It was a Ford Mustang.
Yes,
I remember that you guys would do all these promos around the Ford Mustang.
We did the commercials.
Yes,
every week. Man, we were tired.
Oh my God. Well,
it's so crazy.
I have thoughts about this. So, number one, they may have given cars to other people, but in season 1 of any show, they don't know if the show is going to be a hit or a miss.
Yeah.
They have no idea. And so sponsors may not be embracing things in season 1 the way they would in subsequent seasons after American Idol became a huge hit.
Right. They wouldn't want to be part of the show as they were by the time they got to season 6.
If nobody was watching.
Right. By season 6, Ford wanted high visibility on the show, and they talked about it a lot.
I have some recon on this, which I will tell you about in a minute. It's kind of interesting, I think. But I don't remember them ever, because I watched season 1, and I don't remember them ever saying, and you're going to get a car. I remember you're going to get a recording contract. I don't remember the car.
So Ford did buy ad time during American Idol in season 1, so clearly they were a sponsor, but as there was nothing that we found or that I can remember or you can remember where they explicitly said the winner will get a car. Ford.
And look.
But Kelly's making it sound like that's something that they were told, which is possible.
I will tell you, I know something about American Idol. Paula Abdul, and I found this out in a crazy way. You would be shocked at how little she made in season 1.
Season 1?
Because Paula Abdul.
Be honest,
they didn't know. And I'm sure she ended up making a lot of money, and she was kind of out of the public eye for a while.
Right.
And so they were not paying her a lot of money. I know this. And so then the show became a hit, and then she did make a lot of money. So Jordan Sparks in season 6, everybody wanted to be part of Idol. And so sure, they're going to have goodies, but the deal that I remember was you will get $1 million recording contract. Yeah. And Kelly, who I love and I think is so talented.
Here comes the boy. Whenever you say that, like, oh, I love this person.
It's true.
Here it comes.
She complains about she has gone back and forth on American Idol.
Yes,
for years.
Yeah.
But why are you crapping on something that gave her start? So she's saying, like, the show lied and this and that. It's like, this was your start. You have all of this because of American Idol.
Would Kelly Clarkson be that? Maybe she would. But
She could have been.
I don't know.
She could have been.
It's hard to break in even if you're talented.
She had a good path into the biz.
She had it was locked when she won American Idol Season 1. I mean, this was so huge for her. And okay, you didn't get a car. They should send her a car now. They should send her a Mustang. Like right now, send her a Mustang.
A new one, Ford.
Hello, I am Jeremy, and I'm from Lexington, Kentucky. My main thoughts and takeaways of this is that either give Kelly Clarkson the car that she was initially promised, but I don't necessarily think she's needing a car. She has plenty of money now. So how about you just do like a quick promo or like some commercials or a free promo to where they can sort of make up for it.
Everyone's favorite Coldplay fans are back, or at least one of them. That would be Kristen Cabot. You remember from last summer, she and Andy Byron, they both worked for the same firm, and she was the head of HR. He was the CEO of the company, and they appeared to be caught in the middle of an affair. We have since learned there's some more to this than we knew. So Kristen Cabot sat down with Oprah for Oprah's podcast and talked about their relationship, where it is now. It's been reported that Andy is with his wife, that he is still with his wife, and Kristen certainly seems kind of salty about things she was told by Andy.
She doesn't think that he represented himself truthfully about his marital status.
Do you still talk to Andy Byron, your former boss?
No, I ended communication with Andy in mid-fall.
Mm-hmm.
There was a big miss on honesty and integrity. He wasn't the person he represented himself to be to me, and lying is not a non-negotiable for me.
What does that mean, actually?
It means he missed the mark on being as honest as he could have been with me. And at the end of the day, Oprah, I was the one left
Meaning
holding.
he wasn't separated? Because what you're implying to me, what I'm hearing is that he really wasn't separated. Is that what you're trying to say?
I want to be really careful because the world spoke for me and on my behalf, and I don't want to do that to somebody else in their family. I don't feel comfortable. But I will say, a lot of what was represented to me was not true.
It sounds like he said, I'm separated from my wife, and he wasn't separated from his wife. That's what she seems to be saying. I'm surprised she's speaking out the way she is.
Well, I think that's probably part of the reason she's speaking out, is that she feels like people had the wrong idea about what was going on, because she also confirmed something else we had heard, that she and her husband were already separated.
Right, and he was actually there at the concert, and the reason why they were both ducking in that moment is because she didn't want her husband, who was there at the concert,
that's why she was ducking.
Yeah, that's why she was ducking.
We know why Andy was ducking now.
Yeah, and she also went on to explain that she says that Andy told her not only was he divorcing his wife, but that they were living apart, and this was years in the making. So she was really under the guise that his relationship with her was just completely toast.
So the really interesting thing to me about this is he resigned. She was fired, and she was the subordinate of him because he was the CEO. So under normal circumstances, you wonder, well, why would you fire the subordinate if the whole premise here is that there might be undue pressure on that person?
Is it because of her role? Because she was the head of HR.
I think that's why.
It creates a bad look for HR. How are you going to go discipline anybody else when everyone in the company knows what you were doing?
That's exactly what I was thinking, that this is a one-off almost because it was HR.
Hi, I'm Merly, and I go by Media Murals. I'm located in Nashville, Tennessee. And basically, the real story that I'm getting from this is that you didn't know. And it's like, we hear that all the time. It's a cliche at this point. You didn't know, or you didn't want to know. You know what I mean? What's next? Are you going to write a book? Going on Oprah was more than just her sharing her story truthfully. I think it was her throwing a jab at this man because he didn't leave his wife.
The interesting thing is that she went on Oprah, but she wouldn't say directly what was going on. So if you're going on Oprah, you go on Oprah and then you don't say what you want to say.
Or you save that for the book.
Ah.
Coming up. So you were kind of into Love Island the last season.
Season 7.
You were into it for a bit, and I seem to remember that one of your favorites was Huda.
Didn't say that.
You might have dodged a bullet because Huda is now being accused of getting into it with one of her boyfriend's exes.
Be right back.
TMZ's got every freaking thing. Big celebs, big stories, big events.
BB Rexa was looking hot on vacation.
Look at the water, too. Did you just say look at the water?
I mean, I'll be honest, that is what I was looking at. So you were kind of into Love Island last season.
Season 7.
You were into it for a bit, and I seem to remember that one of your favorites was Huda.
Didn't say that.
No?
No.
You sure?
I was confused by Huda.
Wait, what does that mean?
Code.
Well, you might have dodged a bullet because Huda is now being accused of getting into it with one of her boyfriend's exes. And drama is something they're used to on that reality show, but this is a different level.
Okay, so explain.
So Huda doesn't live in Los Angeles, but her boyfriend Louis Russell does. She lives in North Carolina. So she was flying from North Carolina to LA to visit Louis, assumingly so. And this is when Nicole Oliveira basically says that Huda showed up to her, was blowing up her phone, calling her.
Nicole is Louis' ex.
Louis' ex and the mother of his child. So he has I want to say, a 1-year-old son with this woman.
Right.
And Nicole basically says that Huda was going nuts on her, going crazy, threatening not only her, but herself, threatening to kill herself, putting it on her daughter's life, that she would do these things to hurt herself. Nicole, Louis' son.
What was the beef?
So basically what happened was obviously Huda and Louis have recently been dating. Louis is actually also a reality star. He has this young child with Nicole. And so the beef is that Louis was hanging out with the baby mom again, and Huda did not.
But they're co-parents.
Like
They're co-parents.
Right.
Of course.
Well, wait, so
Huda
thinks that they were...
If you know Huda and if you've watched the show, you know she is a very jealous person, very territorial. There was one scene where she went off on someone in the house. She called him a very obscenity across the whole. This is very not surprising for Huda.
But when you watch these shows, at least when I watch reality shows now, I always think, I know it's a reality show, but they're all playing a role. And I think that they're amping up the drama just for the show. Now this makes it seem like
a little more real.
That Love Island was very, very real.
So, we were talking about this with Mormon wives. So I forgot somebody came up to me after we did our segment, and they were saying the line between good television and craziness is so blurry
So you know
and
what's
fine.
crazy is Huda was extremely, I won't say extremely crazy, but she was out there on the show. But you know what? She's the one that got the most followers after the show. Like her Instagram followers went up the most out of everyone, and she was the most problematic. Don't understand it.
That's why I was not a Huda fan when I watched that show. But I also knew, and I watched the show, that she was going to be the breakout just because she was so crazy. Because you don't want to see boring. I mean, that's what people say about other shows. Yeah. Somebody leaves and it's like, oh, it's boring.
That's great on a reality show. In real life, you end up with a restraining order.
I was going to say, and this is an issue because this relationship for Huda, she was in this relationship really freshly off of Love Island. They have had so many issues and so many controversies that this relationship is honestly hurting both of them more than it's helping them. And they thought coming together as two hot reality stars was going to like make them the new it reality couple. Between the restraining orders, between them saying the N-word on live streams before them, and just having so many issues, this is not helping Huda or Louis at all.
Still confused?
Not confused anymore.
Hello, my name is Rhea, and I'm from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And my comment is this situation is ghetto. To do all of this over a man is absolutely insane. And then Huda has a daughter on top of that. I'm worried about how the legal proceedings could affect her custody. I do hope that she gets the mental health that she needs, though, but she has got to do better.
Ghetto.
No, she can say it. You should not.
Coming up.
Zendaya and Tom Holland, are they or aren't they married? We finally will hear straight from Zendaya. The problem is
she never answers.
She's not being very straightforward.
People are like, oh my God, your wedding photos are gorgeous. And I was like, babe, they're AI.
Be right back.
Zendaya and Tom Holland, are they or aren't they married? We finally will hear straight from Zendaya. The problem is
she never answers.
She's not being very straightforward.
I have an answer to this.
About why she's not being straightforward?
Yes, but here's what she said on Jimmy Kimmel. And also watch the way Jimmy Kimmel played along in this thing.
People make these AI wedding photos that look very realistic.
Yes.
Of you guys together.
It's, yeah.
Married.
And many people have been fooled by them.
Yeah.
Well, I was like just out and about in real life, and people were like, "Oh my God, your wedding photos are gorgeous," and I was like, "Babe, they're AI. They're not real.
That's so crazy.
They're not real."
Was anyone in your life fooled by them in your real life?
Yes, many people.
And mad that they weren't invited?
Yeah.
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 So Jimmy never asks directly, "Are you married?"
He didn't. What he should have done is, he should have played the clip. So what about
LaRoche.
LaRoche saying this, her stylist, saying that marriage already happened, the wedding already happened, and have her answer that question.
And the reason I believe, and I will put money on it, the reason I believe that this is kind of ridiculous is they're not married. She's got a movie about weddings, and this whole thing was staged to promote the movie. I mean, how much clearer can this be?
You got your tinfoil hat on today?
I got my tinfoil hat on.
You don't even need a tinfoil
honestly,
hat.
I think what happened here is the stylist was joking around with people on the red carpet.
Harvey's right. The stylist was sent.
It blew up.
The stylist
and now,
was sent
but she's not really
to say
leaning.
that.
I mean, there is a clip from Jimmy Kimmel last night where they like, "Oh, we got a wedding video that we're going to debut," and it's like.
It's the trailer
Tom
from the
Holland's
movie, but they put
head
Tom Holland's
over the co-star's
Robert
face.
Pattinson, right.
This was all for the movie.
I think they're just leaning into it
He
now.
did not go off the reservation by saying what he said.
You can't trust stylists, dude. You know that.
That
You know
stylist
that.
is not going to lose his job and say something like that. He was put up to it by the people involved in the movie and Zendaya. And he did it just the way Sydney Sweeney made it look like she might be having a relationship with Glenn Powell when it really wasn't happening and they were promoting the movie. It is the exact same thing.
Right. They sent LaRoche out to say that. Yep. And then Zendaya plays along, kind of coy.
Yep.
But they're also
answers a question but doesn't answer the question. And Jimmy Kimmel
was playing
along too.
He was part of the
because
conspiracy.
This is what happens in Hollywood. They're all promoting the movie.
We can both agree they're not married. That's the one thing I'll agree on.
They're not married. And this whole thing was, I mean, it's like, God, wake up, everybody.
Hi, my name is Surab, Memphis, Tennessee. And I kind of like how Zendaya is like being kind of like Beyonce and not giving the people a thing when it comes to her relationship with Tom, and then kind of throwing in another poorly made AI video to add to the stuff on the internet. It was chef's kiss. I love it.
See, maybe fans want that.
Suda, can I just say, I like your vibe. There's something about your vibe that I just really like. And when you were growing up, and like your father asked your mother, "Has she eaten dinner yet?"
Is anybody else nervous?
Suda fed?
I get that a lot in school, actually.
Oh, the Donald Trump versus Gavin Newsom battle just keeps heating up. So maybe, look, there's a part of me that wants to say that the president sunk to a new low, but I don't know. Maybe it's not compared to some other things that have been said, but he was talking about referencing something that the California governor had said about himself recently, revealed that he grew up battling dyslexia. And so yesterday, President Trump decided he would offer his opinion about Gavin Newsom and dyslexia.
Gavin Newsom has admitted that he has learning disabilities. Honestly, I'm all for people with learning disabilities, but not for my president. I think a president should not have learning disabilities, okay? And I know it's highly controversial to say such a horrible thing. The president of the United States, Gavin Newsom, admitted that he has learning disabilities, dyslexia, everything about him is dumb.
Okay, I want to say something about this, first of all. Number one, and again, I'm not judging this based on political beliefs. Gavin Newsom is way more articulate than Donald Trump.
Well, even in that
Gavin Newsom is literate, and you can hear it and see it. So he has actually overcome that and is way more articulate. I don't care what side of the political spectrum you're on. That's just true. And so, you know, if you want to talk about where somebody is mentally, I mean, Gavin Newsom can put a thought together better than Donald Trump. It's just true.
The president referred to Gavin Newsom as the president while he's attacking his learning disability.
Is that debatable even?
It's not debatable, but this is not the plane on which Donald Trump plays. He doesn't. That doesn't affect him. His point is that Gavin Newsom, as he calls him, is lesser than, and that's he calls all of his political opponents dumb, both Republican and Democrat.
And low IQ,
stupid. He calls reporters morons to their faces and everything else. This is just what he does. The fact he would glom onto basically something that Gavin Newsom had as a child, which is a reading disability, is not something that impacts somebody's intelligence in any way.
So Gavin Newsom's wife actually posted a response to President Trump.
I just witnessed Donald Trump's comments about learning disabilities and my husband, Gavin Newsom, and I honestly had to take a beat. Suggesting that someone with dyslexia or any learning difference for that matter is somehow less capable of leading or achieving is extremely ignorant and offensive. Day in and day out, Trump says things that make him unfit for office. Learning differences don't make you less intelligent, they don't make you less capable, and they certainly don't make you less worthy of leadership. They make you special.
I'm surprised you took the bait.
Well, I'm surprised that Gavin Newsom makes his wife go in the closet. What is she doing in there?
Okay, that's fair.
What is she doing in there?
That is totally fair.
It's like she's sneaking the
I
video.
know, right? I don't want him to know. I don't.
Hey, this is Patrick from Phoenix, Arizona, commenting on Donald Trump and Mrs. Newsom responding back to it. You know, coming from a place of pure political statements, I would just like to say that Gavin Newsom is way more articulate than Donald Trump.
It's not even debatable. It's like not even debatable.
Coming up. Well, the NBA commissioner said they couldn't do it. Atlanta Hawks were shut down from doing a promotion that they wanted to do. It was supposed to happen last night, Magic City Monday. Well, last night, the night that the promotion was supposed to happen, still kind of looked like Magic City night.
Be right back.
Where can you see huge stars in Hollywood? No, not the planetarium, that's for nerds. We mean the TMZ Celebrity Tour, where we've seen huge stars like Kevin Hart, Rihanna, Ben Affleck, The Rock, Mark Wahlberg, Lizzo, Lady Gaga, Ryan Seacrest, and Jamie Foxx. You'll learn the secrets of the city and see Hollywood as only TMZ can show you. So head to TMZTour.com and book your tickets for the TMZ Celebrity Tour.
Well, the NBA commissioner said they couldn't do it. Atlanta Hawks were shut down from doing a promotion that they wanted to do. It was supposed to happen last night, Magic City Monday. They were going to celebrate Atlanta's most famous strip club, Magic City.
But Adam Silver was a killjoy.
Yeah, said, nope, this is not the kind of thing we want. We've heard a lot of complaints from our fans.
Because basketball players don't go to strip clubs.
Yeah, basketball players never, ever, ever go. Nor do any of their fans. So they shut it down, said the Hawks couldn't do it. Well, last night, the night that the promotion was supposed to happen, still kind of looked like Magic City night. Now, the team was not wearing anything Magic City, but fans, lots of fans, did show up in Magic City gear. They still served the wings from Magic City without the branding, but it was the actual wing recipe from Magic City. And T.I., a frequent Magic City customer, was also performing at the game last night.
So this is great. Watch this. This is the best thing to happen to Magic City because it's sort of, the forbidden fruit concept.
Yes.
That if somebody is saying, don't go there, you could just see everybody's going to want to go there.
That's exactly what happened because not only did they still come out to the game and
they
shout out to T.I.
because
he did like 15 songs for the halftime. Even the mayor was there. Andre Dickens was there and said it was a great night. But then, everyone went to the club after, and this Magic City Monday was packed. I mean, to capacity, shoulder to shoulder, could not sit down at a table. I'm so mad that I couldn't go because it's still like it was like a bomb night, like so much fun.
This is so good for Magic City when somebody, it
literally worked out. Right, it worked out for both sides in a way, right? The NBA got to save face because they got to drop the hammer and say, you can't do this, this is not good, doesn't look good.
Which is ridiculous.
And Magic City still got the promotion and the customers.
There was a thing when I was in elementary school, I think, that there was this, there's a book, Lady Chatterley's Lover. Yeah. And everybody said, you cannot read this book.
That was not an elementary school level reading. What are you talking about?
Advanced, sort of. It was
elementary honors.
No, but I remember it, and everybody, we didn't understand.
Elementary school?
We didn't understand it.
Well, maybe in 6th grade.
We didn't understand it, but
Maybe
people
in
were
6th
saying,
grade.
oh, don't read this book. And that's immediately want to read the book.
Did you go run to the library and you asked for the librarian? Could I please check out Lady Chatterley's Lover?
Didn't understand it, but I looked.
Hi, I'm Yardi. I'm from Brooklyn, and just like going to Atlanta and being a part of the Atlanta streets, they're gonna do what they want. So even if they canceled the event and told people they couldn't get in, they would have set up shop, put grills outside.
They should have had the strippers in the stand.
No. But some of them did go to the basketball game. But what they did, they had on their Magic City Letterman's jacket, so they were still repping. But they were definitely dancers that went to the game and then went to the pole.
They just
after.
did not perform.
They did not perform at the game.
Right.
But on the pole at Magic City, they were throwing
City,
tricks.
But boy, when they walked out, people noticed.
Coming up.
Jesse Metcalfe was on the Not Skinny But Not Fat podcast and talked about something that he has had to cope with pretty much all his life.
When I was a child, I was a very pretty boy, and I got ridiculed and teased.
Be right back.
So Jesse Metcalfe was on the Not Skinny But Not Fat podcast and talked about something that he has had to cope with pretty much all his life.
Big challenge.
He is just too good looking for the room.
He's actually serious when he says that.
At times, yes, I definitely was over-sexualized and objectified, within the industry. But I mean, I certainly didn't come on your show to
complain about that. No, but I want to talk about it.
In any regard. When I was a child, I was a very pretty boy, and I got ridiculed and teased as a child, like insanely.
For being beautiful?
Yeah.
What were the kids saying?
What various different people were thinking, or that I looked like a girl, that I looked like a girl, that I was gay, like all this stuff. And this kind of followed me. I had a chip on my shoulder. I mean, I was kind of like angry when I made it. When I finally made it, when I was like, I grew up and got taller and got bigger, like a man, and like had money, like I was a jerk.
So I think this is really, first of all, I really like Jesse Metcalfe. He's really a good guy. He is. And I get what he's saying when he was a kid, because what he's saying is that they bullied me because I looked like a girl and I was pretty, but not pretty as in a handsome boy or a good-looking boy.
He's also explaining away some maybe bad behavior in his early 20s.
And we saw some of it.
Right, and we saw some of it, but he's saying, I was kind of a jerk because I was
angry.
Yeah. This is my comeback, was his revenge tour.
After getting bullied and all of a sudden he has means, he exercised them.
Was Desperate Housewives his big breakout?
Big breakout.
And he was completely sexual. I mean, that role was just about him being, sexualized.
And he said he was fired on that show after the first season. Yeah, he talked about that in the podcast. And part of it had to do with he got into it with the director and everything else. But I think he's talking about his anger and everything else. Over the years, he's really become, he's a good guy. He really is. What else you guys want to talk about?
Hi guys, Olivia from Vegas here. I'm here to talk about the mom talk drama with the Mormon housewives and Taylor Frankie Paul.
Yep.
I think ABC is making a big mistake here. I think they're all about the ratings instead of taking accountability. I think if this was a male lead with the same rap sheet as Taylor, this show would have been canceled in 2 seconds. I don't think anybody that has domestic violence charges against their child and partner should be given a platform.
Well, we should say
no charges against her.
No
there were
charges.
Allegations. She's not been.
The Department of Children and Family Services has an open investigation based on claims Dakota made, but they have not been substantiated. They haven't done the psych evaluation yet, we found out. So these are just allegations.
But to her point, I think she's right. That if if this is a Bachelor contestant, the guy who was going to be the Bachelor, and they found out all these allegations, they'd be in trouble. The problem that ABC has now is the show is already done. They've shot the entire season.
Done.
So it's either they're going with Taylor Frankie Paul or they're yanking the whole season. And they're not yanking the whole season.
And you know the problem is that she's not going to show this side on that show.
Correct.
And people are going to be watching the show and saying, wait a minute, is that the woman that everybody's...
It is a very interesting... By the way, check out TMZ.com. We broke a story today about some of the guys who are her suitors on The Bachelorette and what they think of all these allegations.
They are really surprised. One more.
Hi, my name is Asia calling in from Houston, Texas, and I want to talk about Zendaya's possible marriage. Regardless of if they're married or not, I just want to say I am really happy for them. I think that as celebrities get no privacy, so I think that Zendaya is handling this really well by kind of keeping us engaged, but also respectfully saying, mind your business, because I'm not telling you anything. I know.
I'm sorry.
Asia, come on.
Asia,
you don't see that this is just all
they
a
planned
stunt?
this. This is a stunt, Asia. You're saying people are violating the privacy? They organized this. They orchestrated this.
They sent La Roche out there like a soldier, to
go out there and
battle.
say we're married. That's what happened, right?
Or they could just be joking along with us. We never know until they say something.
Well, she's promoting a movie.
She's joking, but she's doing it to promote her movie.
Absolutely.
Coming up.
We should definitely be worried about how this whole robot revolution is going to go down.
At least now. Robots will end up with emotion. They'll be able to think, and they'll be able to override what humans want them to do.
Be right back.
Do you know the way to San Jose?
Yes.
Crash.
Yes, I
crash,
do.
Crash, crash.
This robot you're about to see in San Jose, we should definitely be worried about how this whole robot revolution is going to go down.
At least now.
At least in the kitchen.
There are some kinks.
So wait, is it supposed to be helping to serve
He's dancing.
at this restaurant?
He's dancing, but he's breaking the plates in the restaurant.
The best part, they're trying their best to stop. That's the part that scares me. Someone realizes that it's malfunctioning, but they're not able to easily pull it away.
No, that's one of the fears of robots, that they'll take over the world. No, that's exactly it. This is a mild version of robots taking over mankind.
Yeah,
that's exactly what this is. And everybody's talking about this as, that'll never happen. Robots will end up with emotion. They'll be able to think, and they'll be able to override what humans want them to do eventually.
Yeah, but can they vacuum my house for me?
They can't. Well, here's the thing. What they will be able to do is they will take over waiters' jobs in restaurants.
Not that one. That one is not. That's on their resume. Screwed.
Not today. Not today. But if you think about it, it's the most obvious thing that they will do. They will take over jobs in restaurants.
I'm gonna be eating it.
Waiters, you're gonna have to become actors. We'll see you tomorrow.
Happy St. Patty's.